Hello there, my mate Vince here, and in this video today I'm going to try to fix up this Dyson Supersonic hairdryer here. Now, we've got one of these that we use for the family, and now my daughter is off to university, and my wife's adamant that she wants her to have one of these because her hair is already quite damaged. That's what happens when you dye your hair. Anyway, I bought one off eBay, and I thought I'd be clever about it this time. I wasn't doing it just for a My Mate Vince video where I'm just happy to buy whatever as long as it's not working. I wanted to buy something that may be fixable because these things are expensive. And I came across this one here, which came in its box. It wasn't a business seller, and it just looked like it was just a normal seller selling a few items. So I thought this would be perfect because it might be fixable. And the reason I picked it is because it's overheating. It says here, selling the spares or repair or parts, the hairdryer powers on, and after a few minutes it powers off and 3 heat lights flash red. I think it's overheating. So I thought I might be able to just do a nice quick easy fix where I take off the filter here and give it a nice clean up. This here was full of dust, so I got the toothbrush and I gave it a nice good clean, and it was still overheating. I then got the data vac and blew all around the place because this thing is super powerful. I blew all around the place and it still didn't work. I also got another Dyson product and I gave it all a vacuum round here, but it's still overheating. So watch this, it overheats very quickly. So it comes on, it will have the 3 flashing lights here. There you go, it's gone off, and now 3 flashing lights. Also, it smells, it kind of smells burning. Not very strong. I'm wondering if hair's got trapped around something on the inside. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to take this one apart. Now, I've worked on one of these before and it was a bit of a nightmare. Not really. I did actually get it working. It's still working out. It was making a funny noise. That had hair wrapped around the motor, I think, from memory. The annoying thing is you have to prise off these buttons here, which is irritating because they're kind of glued on. Then this slides down. But by doing that, I'm hoping then I can get to the motor. And although this is now clean here, maybe the dust has gone right the way on the inside and it's blocking up some other filter or something. So I'm hoping I'll be able to fix it because although people like to moan about, you know, you're overpaying for Dyson products and stuff, the bottom line is the lead's nice and long and it doesn't appear to damage hair. So my wife loves it and my daughter loves it, so hence the reason why I've bought one. And if I can get this working, cost me about £90-ish. If I can get it working, then everybody will be happy, which is a win-win for me. Right, let's get it over to the mat and see what's happening. Okay, obviously I am unplugged from the mains, so let's take this apart. To begin with, we have 2 screws down here and they look like Torx screws. Right, these are T6. And now this should come apart here. There we go. Well, let's take that off and see how bad it is. Well, not bad at all. So, at the top actually, I can still see. I can see remnants of dust up the top there. Can you see where it goes from clear to kind of blocked up the very top? But it's not bad. So that isn't the problem because obviously I gave it a good clean and with the toothbrush and the data vac. Now I can see there's more kind of filters up here. Again, they don't look awful. Right, let's undo the screw here and here. Again, the same screw bit seems to be doing it. Hoping to find a big lump of dust on the inside. Right, okay, so they're done now. So annoyingly, this is where I have to do the buttons, and these buttons are glued. Can you see it's loose? It's loose here, but these buttons are glued on. So I'm going to have to pry them off. Right, I'm going to get my hot air on here at the lowest temperature, which is 100 degrees Celsius. And I'm just going to get a little bit of heat into them. I don't want to melt the plastic or anything like that. You could use a hairdryer on this. I'm not even sure if it's necessary. If it's glued, it's probably not going to make much difference, but it might loosen it up a bit. I know I did it last time and it seemed to work. There we go. Well, that came off nice enough. Now this one I'm going to struggle to get in there with that, so I'm going to use some little tweezers. Then I'm going to go under with this. Oh. That seems to be taking everything with it. Let me add some more heat to that. There we go. Right, so it did come out, but it was wanting to take the rubber out with it. So that's okay now. I got away with that. Now this should slide down, which it is. Let's zoom out a bit. Right, okay. This doesn't seem that bad, does it? I don't think it seems that bad. Bit of dust there. Yeah, I mean there is a dust build-up around the edge, but I was hoping it was going to be a lot worse. But I have cleaned this already, unless I've kind of blown all the dust into the motor, as in, like, you know, I did use the data back on it. There is a lot of dust up here. I think I'm going to have to take it apart further. I was hoping I could just clean it there, but I think I'm going to have to actually get to the motor. Let me give it a little whack. Yeah, I mean there is a fair bit coming out there. Right, let's take out this O-ring. And this O-ring. Actually, I can leave that one just up higher. There. Now, where are the rest of the screws? Oh, here we go. One here, and one here. Oh, and this one here as well. Yeah, it's weird. It seems to be more dusty up the top half than the bottom half. Right, that is a different bit to that one. So let's see what size that one is. That's a Torx 8. So far I've just used a Torx 6 and a Torx 8. Now, before we take off the cover, let's have a quick word from today's sponsor, PCBWay. PCBWay is your one-stop solution for all things PCB fabrication and assembly. From rapid prototyping to full-scale production, PCBWay delivers top-quality products. So whether you're a seasoned engineer or a hobbyist just starting out, PCBWay's user-friendly interface makes ordering your own custom PCBs very easy. And PCBWay do a variety of different services, including but not limited to assembling your PCBs, CNC machining, 3D printing, sheet metal fabrication, and injection molding. So when you're ready to take your designs to the next level, look no further than PCBWay and bring your ideas to life. So as always, a massive thank you to PCBWay for sponsoring the My Mate Bins channel. Now let's get back to the fix. Excellent result I've got in here. Ah, yes, yes, yes. Brilliant. Check this out. Yes. Hair. I love you, hair. Earwax and hair. Two favourite things on this channel. Look at that. Brilliant. Well, there we go. That's what's causing the burning. And I think that's what's causing the overheating, because this must be straining to turn. I mean, look at all this. Fantastic. Right, this is going to be hopefully quite satisfying. Let's see. Are you going to come out nicely? Keep coming, keep coming, keep coming. Keep coming. Yes. Now. Actually, let's see if we can take the motor out. Look at all this here as well. Oh, that was a good bit. Ah, right, okay. These are supposed to spin at a ridiculous RPM. It's very dusty there. I think this was all the hair that caused it. Oh, look at this lump here. Look at that. 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 Oh my word. Zoom in time. Oh my word. That was the one. That was the one. Look at that. Oh. 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 It's still coming. Oh. Wow. It's like when you try to clean out a drain plug. It just keeps on coming. Look at that. That was the one. I wasn't expecting that to be in there. Obviously you've got to be careful with these coils. If you damage the coils, it's not going to work. Well, I think we found our problem, because it would struggle to turn with that. And maybe if those hairs were heating up, maybe it's got some cut-off thing in here. Oh yeah, here we go. More, just keeps on giving. Oh wow. Oh my word, look at that. Look at that. I'm getting a bit overexcited, aren't I? Oh wow, there's loads, there's loads. Oh my word, I thought I was done. There's more. Look at that. Right, I don't want to stab in there too much with the tweezers, because what will happen is it will. I don't want to damage the coils, you see. Well, I am going to get the data back on that, and we'll get the last remaining bits out, because what I can do is I can blow from this side here. Unbelievable, that came out of the motor. Look at all of that. That bit didn't, but all of that there came out of the motor. Didn't dream there'd be that much in there, considering the size of the motor. Well, I'm going to point it this way so I don't blow everything off the desk. Probably didn't see that, but there was like a little puff of white smoke there just from the dust. So even here, can you see here? That's all dust. All that there. hope with all that I haven't damaged any of the coils in there. Those wires are very thin. I think we're ready to put that back together. So while we put it back together, we'll give a shout out to the My Mate Vince Massive. And the members this month are kitdigital.com, Kip Hakes, Max Rokotansky, Chris Seal, Felipe at MrKeebs.com, DJ VG, Pigsy, Anthony Dean, Bazza2, Russ Melanson, Gaspar Heller, Rickard Bergland, Soriva555, Shamsa Al Sawadi, Stuart Park, and Stephen from the Broken Past over on YouTube. So massive thanks, as always, to each and every one of you. Now, surely when this is back together, it's going to be working lovely. Getting all that hair out of the motor can't have been good for it, and I'm hoping now that it's gone, it's going to be as good as new. I'm just cleaning up these little bits off, filtery type things, just getting rid of the dust from them and just giving everything a little bit of a clean as I put it back together. Make sure that it's all nice. So let's pick up the video now as we're about to turn it on. Okay, here we go. Let's see, are you going to work? Please work. Still smells of burning. Hasn't cut off yet though. Have to give this a bit of a wipe down. There's a few kind of white stains on the inside. Burning smell starting to go. Lower heat, lowest heat. Full heat. And heat off. Uh-oh. Oh no. No, 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 no. Oh no, I can't believe that.
Ha ha.
What? Why is that overheated? We got all the hair out of the motor. Oh no. I was 100% sure I fixed that. Oh, that's a My Mate Vince video again, isn't it? This doesn't happen on other videos with other channels. It's just mine. How can you get that much hair out and it still not work? Right, let me try that again. So it's when it's on the lowest setting there. Let's turn it off. Let me put it onto the highest setting just in case I need to burn off something. Oh, it's so gutting, especially after taking that much hair out of the motor. I was sure I'd fixed it, but there's something still wrong with it. I was due a failure because I've had so many fixes recently that you can never be on a winning streak for too long, especially not with myself anyway. So, interestingly enough, what I do is I put it on the full airflow for a while, and then it seems to start working all the time, even when I put it down to the low airflow on the highest heat setting, because that's when it cut out, was on the highest heat setting on the low airflow, because I suppose that's when the hairdryer itself is getting the warmest, because not a lot of air is getting thrown through it, yet it's on its highest setting. And it starts working all the time, but I'm just worried that there's something causing this overheating issue. Maybe there's hair trapped around a heating element and it's resting against some thermistor or something. Maybe something's caked in dust and there's not enough airflow, so as soon as it starts heating up, it just cuts out. So basically, I do need to get into the top part of the hairdryer, which is easier said than done. But I will show it. I could just cut the video and make it come off nice and easy, but that's not what happened in real life. It was a real pain to get off. So you know, if you have to do your one, you will also probably have a real pain in taking this off. That's a good thing about my videos. Not a lot of good things, but one of the good things is I do show you when things go wrong and I do show you failures, because I could just cut this video now and have it working at the end and say I fixed it. The video would be shorter, it would get more views and it would make me more money, but it's not real life. I did all that work to the motor and it overheated, just like you've seen. So yeah, there's not many plus points to them, but that is definitely a plus point, that you do see what is actually happening. Right, let's go on to the real time of the video now, where I'm struggling to get the back off. More of how much further I'm going to take this, because I've got a feeling it might well just be working now anyway, and I don't want to ruin it completely. Yes, excellent. Yippee! Come on now. Fantastic. Brilliant, more dust. It's like it's been used in a talcum powder factory. Wow. Lots more dust here. In fact, hold on, what is this? Is that a little, what's that about? Hold on. This goes in here. Oh, look at that. Is that to this little port there? Would that be to program it or something? Maybe that's the last thing that goes on in the factory. Maybe you can program it from there. And they're the little switches. Excellent. Well, you can see again, we have a good amount of dust here. And I can see a hair just here. Only small though. Another hair here. It's very dusty. Am I going to take it any further? I think this is where I'm going to use the data vac, because before, you see, I couldn't get, this was all sealed here, I couldn't get into it. Well, now I can. You see, I can get around the edge, which will hopefully, where did that come from? That must have come from there, did it? Oh, that must be at the very, oh, that goes here. I presume that goes here at the very, very edge, so that seals it, I think. Yeah, that goes down there. Right, I'm going to, let's give this a dust up to begin with a toothbrush. So there's something in here, one of those like bimetallic strips or something, or some resettable thermal fuse, and maybe if that's caked in dust, it sets itself off too easy. Well, it would be nice to see a big clump of hair coming out, but that's not going to be the case. He says as he pulls out a nice bit of hairy dust. To get right the way in here, you have to dismantle everything from the inside, push the wires through, and then it twists and comes out. I don't really want to get involved in that if I don't have to. If I have to, of course I would. But I don't want to risk breaking something that might be working. Right, here goes. Whoa, did you see that?
Here's a slow-mo action replay in case you missed it. It's also interesting that it sounds like a Spectrum game when it's slowed down to this level.
Subscribe to my amazing.
Maybe not. So I couldn't show you that completely. It's just that I want to do it, you know, away from everything else to stop everything from blowing away. But yeah, there was definitely some white clouds there that came out. Massive O-ring here. Well, I think I'm going to pop that back on and see if it's better. I'm just going to get a damp finger and I'm just going to rub it around the O-ring there and also this one here to stop it going back on itself. Well, obviously you shouldn't use water near electronics. You don't have to tell me that, I do know that. Problem is if I use IPA, I'm worried that it will dry out the rubber. And I know that the amount of water I've used is so minimal that that will just dry, especially with the heat of the hairdryer. Well, fair play, that actually went on quite convincingly. Right, let's turn it on and see what it's doing now. I'm on full speed and full heat as well. Well, it's behaving itself. Let's go down to full heat and the lowest setting. So if it's going to overheat, I'm pretty sure this should be the one that makes it overheat because we've got the full heat but not a lot of airflow.
Well, it appears to be alright, but it needs a lot more testing. So what I'm going to do now is to quicken up the video a bit. I scrape away the glue from the back of the buttons, and then last time I worked on these I used super glue, but unfortunately my super glue's gone off. I bought 3 little ones from Amazon and I think they must have been a dodgy batch or a fake batch because they've all gone to real thick jelly. So yeah, I can't use that. I'm using B7000 glue, which is good glue. It just takes a long time to actually set, but at least it's pretty precise when you put it on. It's got a nice little needle dispenser to put it on with. So I'm going to glue on the buttons and I'm going to sellotape them on until they set, and then I'm going to come back to this video later in the day when it's had a little bit of testing. I've also just rubbed a damp cloth around the place to make the hairdryer look nice.
Right, it's later on in the evening. This has now been used and it appears to be okay. So I've been comparing it to my known working one, and not scientific, but when I wrap my hand around here, it feels to be sucking in air around the same amount, and it seems to be blowing out around the same amount as well, and also the heat seems to be around the same as well. So if I turn it on now, you can see that it's working there, and if I do this, I can feel it dragging it in, the same as this one. And also
the heat and the power seems to be about the same between both of them. And put them down low. What's interesting is the LEDs do look nicer on my one than this one here. They're more vibrant. They're easier to see. So I'm not sure why they changed them over. Unless, of course, this is older than this one. I hope it's not a fake one. Mind you, it wouldn't be fake because the inside looks exactly the same as this one. So there we have it. Hopefully a successful fix. I will know more as time goes on, whether it starts overheating or not. Maybe I do need to get into the inside. That would have been a better job. I would have loved it if I just cleaned out all that hair. That to me would be a perfect video. The very fact that then it's still overheated after I cleaned the hair out says to me that there could well be hair stuck up here. And if there is, I presume I'm going to have to take it out. Maybe it's only working now because I've cleaned everything out so well. As soon as it blocks up a tiny bit, maybe this will overheat a lot quicker than this one because this might have some kind of blockage up here. I don't know. But anyway, at this moment in time, we've got lots of hair, lots of dust out of it, and it appears to be working. So I'm going to keep this one here, give this one to my daughter, and then hopefully everybody's going to be happy, which was the aim of the video. If you enjoyed it, give it a big thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching. Now the reason I'm going to give the known working one, our original one, to my daughter is because then if the one I got from eBay overheats, it's at my own home and I can fix it a lot easier. Also, I haven't taken the back off the original one that we had, while this eBay one I have. And you know what, I don't mind taking the handle apart because it was held together with screws, but when the back's clipped in, it's always on my mind that it's not going to work as well as it did originally, and I wouldn't want her to drop this and then go to pick it up and get electrocuted because the back's fallen off. So yeah, she's going to have the known good one and we're going to have the one from eBay here, and if it fails again, you'll probably see it in another video where I have to dismantle it completely, which I'm not looking forward to doing.